Or is it when you talk to him about murdering Tupac?
It was really about both of them. Either one of them. It was
Tupac.
The narrative surrounding Tupac Shakur's murder remains one of the most enduring mysteries in hip-hop history, tangled in speculation, legal filings, and conflicting accounts. Recent developments have reignited interest, with allegations implicating prominent figures like Snoop Dogg, Diddy, and Suge Knight. These claims, coupled with theories suggesting Tupac may still be alive, create a complex web of intrigue that demands a closer look. The story begins in September 1996, when Tupac was gunned down in Las Vegas. He was riding in a black BMW with Suge Knight, the head of Death Row Records, when a white Cadillac pulled up alongside them at a red light. Shots were fired, striking Tupac multiple times. He died days later, or so the official narrative goes. But the case has never been fully resolved, and new details continue to emerge, fueling both conspiracy theories and legal scrutiny. One of the most recent developments involves a legal filing that mentions Diddy 77 times in connection to Tupac's murder. According to reports, a former LAPD detective has claimed Diddy paid $1 million to have Tupac dealt with. This allegation suggests the hit was orchestrated as part of a broader feud, with Suge Knight allegedly retaliating by ordering the murder of Notorious B.I.G., also known as Biggie Smalls, in 1997. These claims have sent shockwaves through the hip-hop community, with figures like 50 Cent publicly commenting on Diddy's alleged involvement. During a performance, 50 Cent referenced the accusations, stating he distanced himself from Diddy because of his supposed role in Tupac's death. The remarks, though delivered with 50 Cent's characteristic flair, underscored the gravity of the allegations. The legal filing also draws attention to Snoop Dogg, who has faced questions about his proximity to the events of that fateful night. In interviews, Snoop has recounted his strained relationship with Tupac in the days leading up to the shooting. He described an altercation that took place the day before the Las Vegas incident, during which he and Tupac had a falling out over Snoop's comments about wanting to collaborate with Diddy and Biggie. Snoop told Angie Martinez in an interview that Tupac was upset by his remarks, feeling they betrayed the loyalty expected in their circle. This tension culminated in an uncomfortable flight back to Los Angeles, where Snoop admitted to sleeping with a knife and fork under a blanket for protection. When Tupac and Suge headed to Las Vegas, Snoop chose to go home instead of joining them, a decision that may have saved his life. Snoop has also revealed he was supposed to be in the BMW with Tupac and Suge on the night of the shooting but changed his mind at the last minute. This detail has raised eyebrows, with some speculating that Snoop may have received a tip about a planned hit. His comments in interviews, particularly one where he mentioned feeling that Tupac hated him just days before the shooting, add to the suspicion. The feds have reportedly taken note of these statements, probing whether Snoop's absence from the car was a coincidence or something more calculated. Another key figure in the narrative is Keef D, a former gang member who has claimed involvement in Tupac's murder. In interviews, including one with DJ Vlad, Keef D detailed how he and his nephew, Orlando "Baby Lane" Anderson, were in the white Cadillac that pulled up on Tupac's BMW. According to Keef D, the shooting was retaliation for an earlier altercation at the MGM Grand, where Tupac and his entourage confronted Anderson over a stolen necklace. Surveillance footage from the casino reportedly shows Tupac attacking Anderson, which set off a chain of events leading to the drive-by shooting. Keef D claimed Tupac appeared to be reaching for a firearm when they approached, prompting Anderson to open fire. These confessions, made years after the fact, led to Keef D's arrest, though he initially spoke under a proffer agreement that protected him from prosecution based on those statements. The police have also uncovered interviews that shed light on the dynamics between Tupac, Suge, and their associates. One particularly chilling detail comes from Keef D's account of spotting Tupac's caravan on the Las Vegas Strip. He described how they heard women shouting Tupac's name, drawing their attention to the BMW. Tupac, hanging out of the window like he was in a parade, became an easy target. The speed and precision of the attack suggest it was premeditated, lending credence to claims of a bounty placed on Tupac's life. Amid these allegations, a parallel narrative has emerged, one that challenges the very premise of Tupac's death. Some believe Tupac faked his death to escape the dangers of his high-profile life. This theory gained traction after a 2010 interview with rapper Trey, a close friend of Tupac's, who inadvertently suggested Tupac was alive. After a concert with the camera still rolling, Trey reportedly told an interviewer, "Last time I saw him, he was in Cuba." Weeks later, a video surfaced on a news website purporting to show Tupac in a Cuban parking lot interacting with fans. While the authenticity of this footage is dubious, it has fueled speculation among fans and conspiracy theorists. Suge Knight has also contributed to the Tupac is alive narrative. In multiple interviews, he has claimed Tupac was doing well in the hospital before his alleged death. In a 2008 interview, Suge recounted laughing and joking with Tupac, casting doubt on reports that Tupac was in a coma. He repeated this story years later, insisting that Tupac was conscious and alert after surgery. These statements are difficult to reconcile with medical records, but they align with Suge's broader assertion that Hollywood obscures the truth. He has stopped short of confirming Tupac's survival, instead hinting that you never know. The idea that Tupac might still be alive ties into another revelation about his persona. According to Chokwe Lumumba, Tupac's longtime mentor and former Black Panther, Tupac's thug life image was a calculated facade. Lumumba claimed Tupac adopted this persona to appeal to and politicize gang members, with the ultimate goal of brokering peace. This agenda, developed with his stepfather Mutulu Shakur, aimed to unite rival gangs in Los Angeles, California, and beyond. Lumumba described Tupac as an intellectual prodigy who used his music and public image to advance social change. If Tupac was indeed working with the feds, as some allege, his double life could explain why he might have staged his death to escape retaliation. This theory is bolstered by claims that Tupac's affiliation with the feds made him a target. According to leaks that circulated in the industry, Tupac's cooperation with law enforcement placed a $1 million bounty on his head, allegedly funded by Diddy. The bounty was said to have been active during Tupac's appearances in San Diego, Anaheim, Irvine, and Las Vegas, though the Las Vegas incident proved fatal. These claims remain unproven, but they add to the perception that Tupac was caught in a dangerous game of deception and betrayal. Diddy's response to these allegations has done little to quell speculation. In a viral interview, he dismissed questions about Tupac's death as nonsense, refusing to engage with the accusations. His evasive demeanor struck many as suspicious, particularly in light of the new legal filings. While Diddy maintained his innocence, the mounting evidence and public scrutiny have kept the spotlight on him. The Tupac case is further complicated by the broader context of the East Coast-West Coast rap feud. The rivalry between Death Row Records and Bad Boy Entertainment, led by Suge Knight and Diddy respectively, created a volatile environment. Tupac's murder, followed by Biggie's, was seen as a tragic escalation of this conflict. Yet the involvement of figures like Snoop Dogg, who navigated both coasts, suggests the lines of loyalty were not as clear as they seemed. Snoop's decision to avoid the BMW, his strained relationship with Tupac, and his comments about Diddy and Biggie all point to a web of personal and professional tensions. Online communities, particularly on platforms like Reddit, have kept the Tupac saga alive. A viral thread compiled evidence supporting the theory that Tupac survived, including Trey's interview and the Cuba footage. These discussions highlight the public's fascination with Tupac's life and legacy, as well as their distrust of official narratives. The lack of definitive answers in the police files has only fueled these debates, with fans dissecting every detail for clues. The physical evidence presented in recent legal proceedings adds another layer of intrigue. Courtroom testimony and police interrogations have painted a vivid picture of the night Tupac was shot. Keith D's account, corroborated by surveillance footage and witness statements, provides a chilling reconstruction of the crime. Yet gaps in the story, such as the lack of a confirmed motive beyond the MGM Grand altercation, leave room for doubt. The suggestion that Diddy orchestrated the hit, while explosive, relies heavily on Keith D's testimony, which some view as self-serving. Ultimately, the Tupac case is a microcosm of the complexities of fame, power, and betrayal. Whether he was a revolutionary posing as a gangster, a federal informant, or a victim of a meticulously planned hit, Tupac's story continues to captivate. The allegations against Diddy, Snoop, and Suge Knight, combined with the persistent rumors of Tupac's survival, ensure that his legacy remains as enigmatic as ever. As new evidence emerges and old interviews resurface, the truth about Tupac Shakur's fate remains just out of reach, a puzzle that may never be fully solved.